I'll be showing you some free tools you can use to launch your art career, so make sure you stick till the end to learn more about that. I know a lot of artists feel like they're living in uncertain times due to the rise of generative AI. Some artists aren't sure if they can still make art their job anymore, but I believe that by making some smart business decisions, art can still be your full-time job. Here's a few ways you can make money with your art and some advice from someone who's been making money with their art for over 8 years. So the first and most obvious ones are commissions. This is my specialty. My life has been doing commissions for clients non-stop for the past few years. I got my laptop in 2022, and I have more commissions saved on it than I do personal art. So how do you get started? Here's my commission crash course. Before you do anything, you'll need to have a reliable way to receive payments. So you need a bank account in your country and a payment processor. By this, I mean, don't use a payment processor like Cash App or PayPal as your bank. PayPal is known to randomly close people's accounts, so don't leave your money there for any amount of time at all. As soon as you get the money, transfer it. PayPal is a payment processor, not a bank. And also, don't use a friend or your parents' bank accounts. To avoid any situations, just use a personal account, please. I know some of you are very shy and it might be scary, but I promise it's not too hard. And it's the bank employee's job to guide you. That being said, some of you may be too young to get your own bank account. And if you are, please don't do commissions. If you want the experience for when you are able to take commissions, do art trades. That way you can better understand how capable you are drawing things quickly, whether you like drawing for other people, and just get an overall feel for how much you charge for this. Because there will be times where I will quote a price, and then halfway through drawing, I'll think, this should have been way more expensive. And also, you may encounter some unpleasant people that may try to take advantage of you, or may be rude, or may ask you to draw something you aren't comfortable with. And when you are young, you may not understand what's happening, or you may have a hard time saying no. So for your own safety, please wait until you're an adult who can recognize when this is happening, and who can also recognize their worth, so you can easily avoid these situations. I've heard of people who have gone through really negative experiences with bad people by doing commissions a bit too young. And my story isn't as bad as theirs, but when I was 16, I did commissions for $3. Yes, I know. And I had someone buy 5 of them, no tip, and they asked for a lot of changes. Although I had set that price, looking back at it, I definitely got taken advantage of, and it was super stressful. So please, again, only do commissions if you are an adult, or if you insist on doing them when you are younger, please be extremely careful. I'm gonna talk about how to price your commissions in just a second, but please know that you aren't just drawing things in exchange for money. If you do commissions, you are now a business person with a reputation to maintain, with clients to please, and a product to advertise. It's a big responsibility, and if you don't fully understand that, you may not have a great time. And you may even give your clients a bad experience, and no one wants that. So how do you set your prices? $3 was obviously too low, but is 50 too high? I've come up with this flowchart thing. I don't think this is a flowchart, but it's just a visual way to explain my logic for pricing. Remember, you are now a business selling a product, but this product is custom made and takes up a lot of your time. It may even affect your health. So these factors matter, especially if this is your only source of income. So here's my chart. Let me explain it. Let's say this is you. You are a freshman in college. You just opened your bank account and you are ready to take commissions. You are in good health. You have tons of free time because it's not exam season yet, but your account is pretty small, so there's not much demand yet. So you price your basic colored headshot to $25 because it takes about 2 hours and you've heard $10 an hour is good. So you do that and a little more. Fast forward to next year, your account has grown. So you have more demand, you have more experience, but now you're part of a club in college, so you have less time. Let's say you raise everything by $10 whenever one of our factors is present. Your prices have now doubled due to all these factors, and your colored headshots are now $50 because you're nice and you round it down. Some of you may be like, whoa, no one's gonna buy a commission from me at that price. And not only do you not know that, I went from $3 headshots to selling $300 commissions, but it's not about making it something everyone will want to buy. It's about making it worth your time. And if you have a lot of demand, like this hypothetical version of you, you will have willing buyers. And you only have so much time in, let's say, a month. If you only have 2 hours to draw every day, and you imagine you can't draw every day because life is unpredictable, you have to price your commissions in a way where taking, let's say, 10 a month is attractive enough for your clients, but also doable for you. Finding this price point takes a lot of tweaking, so don't be afraid to raise your prices to find that sweet spot. Okay, now, let's fast forward to year 3. You have an injury, so you drop out of the club. You have a bit less demand because of your prices, but you have enough demand where you are still making decent money. However, due to your injury, it's hard to keep up. So your prices would go down slightly because you have more free time, but they would go up because of your injury and your experience. We are now up to $70. Okay, senior year. You locked in during the past few years, so you have less classes than your last semester. You have tons of free time, and you're in good health again. Yay. Demand is a bit down because you got shadow banned. Bummer. So considering all these factors, you're back in the same position as you were in freshman year. So your price should be $25 again, right? No, you have 3 years of commission experience. You have tons of happy clients who will vouch for you, and they're probably recommending you through word of mouth. And your art is definitely way better too. So let's say you go down to $45 to increase demand as much as possible until you have enough demand to raise your prices again. This is just a hypothetical with numbers so that you can understand it a bit easier. So please don't copy these prices exactly. And also remember, commissions usually have levels of complexity. And while this hypothetical version of you may be doing $45 headshots, they may also be doing $125 full bodies. Your prices are truly up to you, but please don't make your prices too low to where you overwork yourself to exhaustion. I've been there and it's not good. I also mentioned hourly rates, and while it's a decent base to go off of, as in you shouldn't go any lower than that, it shouldn't be the biggest factor you consider, since think about it. If you can make a painting and someone else makes the exact same painting, but it took you 1 hour and the other person 6 hours, you're a better service provider. You deserve more money. People pay priority fees because time is money. So if you're very fast, you should earn more, not less. I understand asking for a lot of money can be scary, and again, the only way to find the right price for you is with experience. So just get out there and see what works for you. When it comes to payment upfront, I would suggest you do some sort of down payment or full payment so that what happened to me doesn't happen to you. Where a client added Maine thanks to her commission, agreed to a $200 price, and then ghosted me when I was done. At the time, I was doing payment once completed, but since that incident, I do payment upfront. This is a huge responsibility though, so please only do this if you are certain you can complete the commission. You never ever want to potentially scam a client or leave them dissatisfied. And finally, the most important thing when it comes to doing commissions is marketing. People can't buy something they don't know exists, right? So post about it everywhere. Pin your commission sheet to your profile. Retweet it or share it to your story periodically. Post about it on TikTok and let people argue about the price in the comments. And if no one's buying, switch it up. Perhaps do a YCH, your character here, or an adoptable, or involve yourself in a fandom so that people who enjoy how you draw the characters ask you to commission you for those characters. This line of work is 70% marketing and 30% working with clients. And it's not for everyone. And if I can give you some tough love, there's thousands of artists out there who are also taking commissions. If you post your sheet once and don't get any clients, you're not going to get any traction by complaining about how difficult and unfair it is that no one bought your commissions. You have to try again and again and switch up your approach. When you do get a client, you have to work with your client to bring their vision to life. I know every artist is different, but I view commissions as a collaboration between two people. I try my best to understand my client's characters and vision and suggest inputs that would improve their vision. And if they ask for a change, I do it, even if I don't initially like it. And every single time, it looks better because the client knows what they want. Yes, they came to you because they like your art and trust your vision, but you have to honor your client because, well, they are the reason you're going to eat tonight if they're your only source of income. Some of you may want to comment about how you had a greedy client who had really bad taste, and that may be a possibility. You might have had a bad experience. I've been able to completely avoid bad clients for the most part ever since I raised my prices, and my prices might be a reason for that. So like I mentioned earlier, you will avoid a lot of heartache by not selling $15 commissions. Be humble. I think we've all seen stories of artists who are a bit entitled, disrespectful, and maybe even scammers. And I don't want to see stories like that anymore. So please be humble and respectful, but also price yourself appropriately so the clients that come to you out of respect for your art and vision and not for a deal. Because some of my worst experiences were from some of my cheapest commissions. And if all this is too overwhelming and it feels like it's more business and less art, yes, it is. Again, it isn't for everyone. So make sure it's for you, or at the very least, truly prepare yourself for what you're getting into. One way to prepare is to set up a storefront to host your commissions and other products. A great way to set up a storefront is with an e-commerce site like Payhip, today's sponsor. With Payhip, you can talk to all your clients in one place, securely send files, and create intake forms so only approved clients can request commissions. That way, you won't have to deal with all the chaos of social media DMs, or worse, potentially leave a client hanging. You guys asked me a lot about my brushes, and I haven't shared them because I'm a bit picky when it comes to storefronts. But Payhip stood out. They only take a 5% cut per sale, or if you're making a lot of sales, you can switch to a $99 flat monthly fee to keep more profit. Either way, you get all features for free. No paywalls, you can embed products on your own site or build a custom store page with Payhip. It works for digital and physical products. And they even help with marketing, referral programs, email lists, a marketplace. Plus, they handle taxes and offer tons of payment integrations so you can sell worldwide. It's a professional way to showcase your work instead of relying on social media links or DMs, which may deter bigger clients. Here's a store that I built with Payhip where you can grab my brushes for free, or you can tip me if you'd like. Check out the link in the description or the pinned comment if you want to make your own storefront and start earning today. Thanks to Payhip for sponsoring this video. So having commissions as your sole income source is difficult and volatile, and definitely not for everyone. The benefits of commissions is that you can make a lot of money very quickly. so it's great for emergency bills and such, but it's extremely hard to do as a job. Commissions was my main source of income for the past 3 years, and while I am grateful towards all my clients, I'm extremely exhausted. Smart artists set up passive income sources, like selling brushes, courses, PSD files, 3D models, PNG tour bases, or any other product you can think of, in order to get some of their time back. Again, I am grateful towards all my clients, but 3 years of my life where art was no longer an escape, where I couldn't work my personal projects, is a bit hard to swallow. Not to mention, I am taking some difficult university classes, so I would like my time back. So if you are able to make money in your sleep, you can focus on things like school and your health more. Let's go more in depth with these income sources. Selling brushes can be a really lucrative business, because you only really have to make the brushes once, and from that point on, every single drawing you make becomes an advertisement for your brushes. You can do it more overtly, like the amazing Begalia, known for a chain and curly hair brushes, or more subtly, by posting a drawing or speed paint, and just letting those who ask about them where to find them. The brush market can be very profitable, but it is a smaller market, so as I mentioned before, you should definitely have multiple income sources and not just rely on one, and you definitely shouldn't rely on brushes alone. People also sell products like comics, digital coloring books, PSD files, and now with the big VTuber boom, you can sell B-Tour models or PNG tour models. And if you're good at 3D modeling, you can sell VRChat models as well. You have to find what you're good at. And if something doesn't sell well, either market it harder or try a new thing. I've seen artists selling videos explaining how to draw like them, or you can sell character designs. As long as someone out there is willing to buy it, you can sell it. So that's the digital part done. What about physical products? Physical products are a lot trickier, and I can't help you guys much with this because I did sell apparel once upon a time, and it was profitable, but it was also very risky. Unlike digital products where you can just put them out there and make a huge profit, physical products require an investment, and the profit margins are smaller. Plus, my storefront required me to pay $30 a month, which the PayHip sponsorship already passed, but like they don't charge you anything, so they seriously are better service to use compared to the ones that I've used before. When I was with the other big service, they were draining $30 a month from me, even if I was making sales. Anyway, if you're watching this video, I'm assuming you're a beginner to business, so my advice to you would be don't worry about physical products for now, especially if you don't have the money to invest into the business, like buying items in bulk, and if you don't have the money to still be okay if you don't sell a single unit. I've seen stories of artists going to cons and not even making enough sales to cover their plane ticket, or they get their products stolen. Having your art exist in the real world in the form of a keychain or sticker or plushie is exciting, but risky. And one of the only ways to minimize that risk is to be more financially stable before even starting the business and also have a larger following. That has been the elephant in the room this whole video. Social media. Having a large following is powerful. If you can convert even 0.5% of your followers into sales, that could be extremely profitable depending on the profit margin of your product. But also, you can make money by just posting content online. TikTok and YouTube are some of the big ones right now. Some people might tell you the ship has sailed and the market is too oversaturated, but that's not true. You just have to be smart and dedicated. I started posting on this channel in July, and it only took me 2 weeks to reach that monetization criteria. This was with very little promotion on my other socials because I wanted a completely new audience. I did this by listening to the community and how they felt that it was hard to understand art lessons, or how some big creators stretch out their videos with less useful information. So I made simple art lessons and I made them as concise as possible. My biggest video is a 5-minute video teaching a simple art lesson, and a large part of the comments acknowledge and appreciate my approach, how it was simple enough to where they finally understood, they appreciate how I got straight to the lesson, and this builds goodwill. People who watch me know that I'll provide good information without wasting your time. And that's the space I've made for myself. Maybe the space you can make for yourself would be more chill draw with me videos, or low customization videos, or more chaotic reaction videos. Whatever it is, find it and stick with it. My first few videos got around 100 views each, but I didn't give up. I kept going. Does it sting to put a lot of effort in a video and have no one see it? Of course, but you keep going. You have to care enough about your goal to not give up and believe in what you have to offer. Maybe you may need to change your thumbnails or get a new mic or write a more interesting script, but if you truly believe in your core message, whether it be the content you make or the characters you draw, you just have to keep going. It sounds like generic advice, but it is truly the only way. In an attention economy, people will forget about you if you stop posting. No one wants this more than you, and you need to want it really bad. So, no matter how little views you get or how badly the failures hurt, you need to keep posting. Now, as for money, how much do I make off YouTube videos? Well, more than I expected, but not enough to live off yet. Maybe if I could also make money off TikTok, I would be able to do content full time. But because of my country of residence, I can't monetize my TikToks. If you live in the US, you have a golden opportunity to make short form content and post it both on YouTube and TikTok and make some decent money. And if you have digital products, promote them here and there. That's the hero path. Some creators will choose the dark path of making clickbait and rage bait content, which Yes, we'll get you lots of views, but people will not like you or remember you. And if they do, it won't be for a good reason. If you're serious about doing this long term, be persistent and don't take the rage bait shortcut. I know how hard it is to not be acknowledged. I was posting online for 10 years before I got more than 3,000 followers on any account of mine. If something isn't working, do some market research and see what's working and do something similar to that. Think really hard of what you can offer to people that is unique. Listen to your audience and let them guide you, but also stay true to yourself. If it sounds like hard work, it's because it is. Does it sound like it'll make you enjoy art less? Maybe. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's very tough, but it's possible and you can do it. Thanks for watching. If you're seeing this video, my channel membership should be available now. You guys get access to these cute emojis. You will be in the outro of my videos, and you get to vote and comment on member-only posts and polls. So you can choose my next video topic or request characters for me to draw. I quit commissions to YouTube full-time, and I've had some people ask to support me when I've mentioned my patrons in the past. So this option is there for those people. It's $3, so yeah, that's there now. I'll be okay if no one signs up, so don't worry. It's just an option for those who would like to support me a little more. Thank you to PayHip again for sponsoring this video, and I'll talk to you guys next time.